Messing Around with Jenny Morris on Heart FM.
All right, we can vouch for the fact that her throat is clear. Jenny, hello. We're live.
Oh, God.
We're live on
so
Facebook.
sorry.
We're live on YouTube.
Now, Mr. Doggy wants to go for a walk.
Oh, shame.
Can I let him out while I talk to you?
Let
I'm
him
turning my back on you because you said I was clearing my throat.
Anyway, all right.
Off you go, Mr. Boy. Go. Here we go. Sorry, boys. I'm back.
All right. How to make
Is he not going for a walk alone?
They always do. They go up
There
and
the
down.
other one is. There the other one wants to go now.
Yeah,
And
there's
she's a
another one
fox.
also.
Elise will let her out.
Otherwise, we're going to spend this whole feed just letting dogs in and out. That's the story.
In and
Okay,
out, exactly.
that's it. Camembert, pineapple, bacon. I mean, how do those even in a perfect world come together? What's the story?
They actually work very well. The sad thing about this for me is because, I like naked food. So I would really like to eat this cheese. It should be like a waterbed when I eat it. When it just does this.
Yeah.
And it's all oozy and delicious. But when you...
Let's just very quickly talk about what Camembert is, because people often confuse it for something else. What the hell is it?
Number one, it's a cheese.
Yes.
And it's a soft rind cheese. It's a fresh. It's got this lovely bloom. And often what people do is they do confuse the flavor because, if it's cut on a cheese board, it looks just like a brie. And I'm sure they've got to be sisters or cousins or something. It's made from cow's milk, and it's a very, when I say it's a fresh cheese, it's about 3.5 weeks to mature. Then you can already start eating it. And what's lovely about it is for beginners, if they we're taking them from Gouda and cheddar to the next level. For a fancy cheese, this is the next one up. A lot of people don't like the rind. It's very important that it smells like a mushroom. It's got that bloody earthiness. Why did I say bloody? There's something going on in my COVID brain. It's got that beautiful earth. It's David. It's got that lovely earthiness. It's got a beautiful earthiness about it. And you should never buy this when it's got marks on it. And it should never, ever smell like ammonia. As tempted as you are and you want to dive into that waterbed, baby, you're going to be out of that bed in 2 minutes because it tastes like ammonia. So it needs to be beautiful. It's a lovely sweet cheese. It's beautiful.
It's fantastic.
And as I say, it should be on a cheese.
Yeah. If you get the chance to go into like a proper cheese shop, fromagerie as they call it, or if you can go to a cheese festival even, and you'll find all the different treatments different cheeses get. But I mean, you can do some sensational things with Camembert.
Absolutely. And there's, there is a beautiful little French cheese shop in the garden center where you get like the real deal. It's quite smelly when you walk past. And not all smelly cheeses taste like they smell. Do you know what I'm saying? Unlike people that spray and spray. Oh, I'm telling you something that even David's in your house too, making you say funny things.
All right, listen, I'm going to leave you and Jules to talk cheese and Camembert and to wrap pineapple and bacon and do all sorts of other cool things. If you'd like to be part of that discussion, you head off immediately, if you don't mind, to either our Facebook or our YouTube channels. You can be part of the mix there. So I'm going to slip away and we'll go straight back to some damn good music.
Well, you know what? I'm just loving to be saying hello from London. Wendy Berger saying good morning, Jen. All our listeners are up and about. Olga, yes, and God bless you and be safe too, my sweetheart. She's saying that to all of us. Juliana, good morning, sweetheart. How are you?
Jennifer, I'm good.
Are you good?
Before we get to the food, Jenny, I love those flowers. What are they called again?
These are called pin cushions. They are proteas.
Cushions, yes.
It's my favorite time of year. It makes me sneeze, and it's just all worth it for all the pollen and all the stuff that's knocking about. It's a pin cushion protea family, obviously, and they are one of my absolute favorites. I love, 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 love them.
Are they indigenous here to?
Yes,
the
to the
Western
Cape. Yes, if you you go up the mountain, they just grow wild as anything. You know what the most incredible thing is, Julian? When we have fires on the mountain, these plants survive.
Are you
You know,
serious?
God is good. Absolutely. They just spring up and come back to life. In fact, they say and I speak under correction, but they say that they need a fire every so often to, you know, pop up so that they can reseed themselves, repopulate themselves. So I love them. They're just the most beautiful little blommerkies in my life. Okay, darling.
Yeah, the
I'm
cheese.
listening to you.
When you said, we're speaking to the beginners or whatever you called it, the
Yes.
Gouda cheddar people, that's me.
Okay,
So
good.
I
This is a lovely
see,
entry level.
yeah, I see Camembert and then I take a left turn when I see it.
Oh, no, don't, baby. Don't. I'm telling you, you and I are going to have a little weekend of cheesing around with Jenny Morris. See, soon.
Mm.
Like next month, maybe. We'll do a breakfast.
I
Okay,
do
so
love
now
blue cheese though, but
I love
Camembert,
blue cheese.
not quite my
Sweetheart,
vibe.
maybe you're getting the one that's like got ammonia in it. It's got to be beautiful and flawless and creamy. Look at this. Look at
And
that.
you spoke about if there shouldn't be any marks on it. Are those like
Yes.
almost like brownish kind of marks that come
Yes.
on there?
Yes. That's
Now I've
disgusting.
had that.
Oh, hello.
That's
Someone
probably
doesn't love
why.
you.
Oh,
Mm-mm-mm. I mean, would you
okay.
kiss a person that had a face like that? I don't think so.
But
Or
now
smelt like that? I don't think so.
because I don't know the cheese, so I don't know what it's supposed to look like. So I'm like,
Someone's
okay, this
playing
is it. Let me
games.
try.
No, you've had a bad experience, but we're going to fix
Okay.
that. Trust me. So when we choose this, we want one that's not too ripe, okay? Because otherwise you're not going to be able to cut it. And the heat of the oven is going to actually ripen it just beautifully for us. So you can just take like a pineapple like that. Now, if you wanted to, a lot of people like cheese with sweet chili sauce. I'm going to just check the one I've got in the oven. Oh, yes, Jules. Oh, I have to quickly take this up because I don't want to lose all that goodness. I'll show it to you in a minute. What happens here is you dry the pineapple out because you don't want it weeping. If you wanted to, you could just put a little bit of sweet chili sauce here or a Branston pickle, or you could just keep it plain and put the stuff on top, which I like to do. So anything that loves to be in the company of cheese. You can be greedy and put 2 pineapple slices. I think 1 is more than sufficient. You don't want to overpower the cheese. And then it's just a matter of pop your cheese like so, and you bring the bacon around like that. Bring it across its body, and then just make sure that's under, and we bring it across like that and like that. And you have to use streaky bacon, and you must not stretch the bacon. If you stretch the bacon, what's going to happen is it's going to fly off. Okay, now we've got these gaps over here that need to be closed. I just turn my board around, and I'm going to just do that and do that. Now what we have is the sealed side facing up, and the sealed side is going to face down when we go into the pan. I want to just heat my pan a little bit and put a tiny drop of olive oil, because even though the bacon has got a bit of fat, I don't want it to stick. And you need to be patient at this point in time, okay? So I'm going to just pop that down. Excuse me, seal side down. And then let it go. Be patient. Go and get your plate ready. Excuse me, I promise you, there's so much pollen in this field now. It's killing this girl today. I'm going to just give it a nice little bed of leaves. Oh, Jules, you're going to love this,
Jen,
baby.
so and you know me and sweet and savory
Yeah, I
together.
know.
I can do the cheese
Paputi.
and the bacon, but now
Yes.
if I don't want to do the pineapple, what's another option for me?
You don't even have to do anything else in the center. But what you can do is you can put another cheese. You can put a bit of blue cheese, because I make this thing where I take mascarpone cheese and I take rough chunks of blue cheese. That would be delicious with that as well, Julia. It would work very well. Look at this,
Or
darling.
mushroom,
Oh.
like one of those big mushrooms.
Yes, absolutely. Especially if you want to give somebody a nice vegetarian retreat. And like Esme says, you can use preserved fig. Oh, yes, girl, you can use preserved fig. You can wrap some asparagus. You can use asparagus with it. But what I have here is makatan. Okay. And now
Sorry, Jen.
makatan,
So
as you know, is melon.
sealed side down first, and then obviously you flip it around to the other side again.
Eventually, yes. So you don't mess with it, and you just let it do its thing, because you
long
don't
is
want
it in
that to
that pan?
unravel. You know what? This is going to be in the pan for about 4 minutes. I can whack the heat up.
Each
I don't want to
side.
put the heat up. No, then I just flip the side just for a little bit of color, like I have here. The thing is, I don't want to overcook that julienne for too long, because it still needs to go in the oven for about 10 minutes, and I don't want to lose that beautiful center. Okay. Oh, I need a man. Honestly, I cannot open these blooming bottles.
I'm
and
thinking,
things.
what are you
25 it
using?
is now
See
after
those-
8 o'clock.
Sickling
Going
here.
to
I'm
rejoin
just going to
Jenny in
give
just a
that to
moment. She
someone
and
to
Jill's
help me.
talking camembert this morning. They've got it in a pan and it's looking all fantastic and gorgeous. We'll find
Jenny's-
out how all of that panned out in just a moment.
Excuse the pun. I mean the pan. Hey, Jules, look at this. Look at this, darling. Look at this. That's the center. Can I eat it in front of you?
That's not the one who came out of the oven.
I'm going to cut it for you and let it ooze all over. Now, I know you don't like sweet and savory. Too bad today.
How long was it in the oven for, Jen?
About 8 to 10 minutes, my love.
Okay.
Not long at all. I'm going to use a little bit of the syrup. Can you see?
What syrup?
Oh, that is the macatan, which is melon. You know, we know it is preserved lemon. It's
Just a reminder about our discovery in cash counter.
Look at that, Jules.
Now you see,
Talk
I'll
about a
try it
happy
if you
mouth.
make it.
I promise you I'm going to make it. I am going to listen. Oh, this is so delicious. And then you can just pop that on top like so. And then tuck in. You can have a little bit on the side if you like to have some sweet chili sauce. Chili sauce you can. I'm not really sweet chili with
Now, for people who don't eat bacon, you get those chicken rashers, don't you?
Yes, of course. And
Can
bacon.
use
You can put that, anything smoky and salty. Because remember, the cheese has got a lovely, when I say bland, it's not bland, ugly bland, it's bland and lovely. Can you see there? I'm going to cut a big chunk out for you. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to go in from the side.
All right, a couple of minutes before we get to news and traffic and sport. I see Jenny busy slicing through something. Hello, I'm back.
Hello, darling. Welcome home.
Hi.
Delicious.
Man, it looks amazing. In case
delicious.
in case you've just tuned in, Jenny has got it's a piece of camembert, so it's the whole one wrapped in bacon. You then fry the bacon in a pan, and I suppose, Jen, I'm sure you dealt with this. Instead of using bacon, you can use bacon. You can use other types of
bacon,
of processed meat.
Kitchen, what's that? Kitchen chicken. What's going on today?
Chicken rashers.
And a balsamic reduction poured over that is delicious. You know, I've got some. Now, balsamic, well, can I do it?
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Hello, baby.
Something we don't get in this country that I know is quite big in the US is turkey bacon. They call it turkey bacon.
Yes, they do, but you get it in the Middle East.
Oh, also, yeah. And I promise you, you eat that, you actually have no clue that you're not eating pork, that you're not eating bacon. So, yeah, I mean, it's
absolutely.
I mean, there are alternatives if you don't eat bacon. And the pineapple, Jen, where does that fit into the mix here?
Well, it's just because of the sweet, salty kind of savory thing. But we were talking about, you put a mushroom in it. That could be a lovely surprise. You could also wrap this if you're doing vegetarian. You could wrap it in spinach. You know,
I wouldn't do it.
It would be really, really nice. No, no, you wouldn't.
No, not easily. I saw somebody was busy commenting on the social media feed about putting asparagus in there also. Why would you do that? I mean, come on.
Okay, but someone's saying here, could you use, where can I get it? I know Esme was mentioning it. I'd like it with asparagus too. But someone was saying, where can you get a lamb or
turkey bacon?
The only place I would think of, and I don't know if they have it, I always seem to find little treasures at, what is it, Son of a Butcher. You know that place?
Down in 3 Point.
They had the pony, the guy that sold the pony. Hi, Julian. But I haven't seen smoked lamb bacon. or is that Macon? You know,
Well, that's
so
Macon. I mean, Macon you get
it's halal,
everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah. So in
Go
any
and
place
have a
that
look,
stocks
see.
halal meat would have bacon, which is essentially lamb presenting itself as bacon, as simple and as straightforward as all of that. All right, Jen. Thanks very much. If you were on radio and would love to see just how all of this played itself out, then hop onto either our Facebook or our YouTube channel. You'll get to play the video back, Jules and Jen live with the dogs, live there sorting out all of the food. Jen, we look forward to next week. What's going on in your life? Anything we need to know about?
Well, yes, Yumshus opens on Monday. Yay!
You're
I'm
back.
back. Yes, I'm
Fantastic.
back in one piece. Yes, thank you,
Oh.
God.
All right. Yeah, I popped by
So
there
come
the
and
other
have
day. It was all
coffee.
closed. It was,
I
yeah.
know. You know, I haven't been well enough to run it on my own.
Yeah.
And I've taken a partner. I've
All
taken
right.
a partner, but a business partner,
Mhm.
to be there. You know, to like strong arm, and
There we go.
I'll
To
be the
carry
nice
the
cop,
load.
and he can be the bad cop.
Good stuff. Well, listen, all the best with the reopening. We'll make a point of popping by next week. Okay.
Lovely. Thank you, sweetheart. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
There we
And I hope to feed Julian some of my Camembert very, very soon.
All right.
Thank
Looking
you,
forward to it.
Jen.
There we go. Footing around with the best
darling.
in the business. That's what we do every Thursday morning live here on Hot Breakfast. Also on our social media platforms. Footing around with Jenny Morris, of course, exclusive. The Hot Breakfast takes us to news time now.
Fooding around with Jenny Morris on Hot FM.